Feature Friday.
The freshest.
Oh, this is a really cool video because it's Armaan Malik, and I think he's on the BBC radio.
BBC Mumbai, I think.
Yeah, and he's gonna be performing there with his guitar, and he's obviously pretty raw, no
It's just
post.
him.
It's just him doing magic, really. And I really like him. I don't know much of his music, and I've been asking you guys to send me stuff, and this is something we found, and because it's at the BBC, and we're here in the UK, and I don't know, it just rang a bell. But I think that's BBC Mumbai.
Yeah, Mumbai. Yeah.
Or maybe he came to the UK. I'm not sure.
No, I think this is it's like a Radio Asia network. That environment is so hard to make work because it's
You should
so
highlight
dry.
that, actually. Yeah.
So you see here everything's carpeted, everything is dry. There's no natural reverb.
Well, you hear those
Everything
tiny...
is amplified because these microphones are made for speech, and the way that they're equalized is for speaking. So the plosives and the use of the diction and the tongue work and all of this tiny details that on a condensed microphone for music, for singing, would not be so highlighted in radio are equalized completely the opposite. So you want to, because when you're speaking, you're not exerting a lot of effort, and you actually want to be as relaxed and as composed as possible. Even the breathing rate is different. So when you bring a singer into this environment to perform under these circumstances, a lot of the natural inflections and tones of the singing, it can sound faulty, can sound abnormal and unnatural to the ear, because the environment's equalized not for live music, but not to highlight melody, actually to take melody away from it. So it's actually really tough to find a performance where you, in these environments, where you hear natural melody, where the music actually sounds like music, because the environment is so harsh, it's so dry.
Rough.
It's really tough to make this environment work, and it's crazy to think a lot of these moments are what make or break an artist in their career, in their journey, because these are the most exposing environments for a singer. And the fact that he's doing it so well, it's like, wow, it's crazy. He's great.
If you've ever been on a radio, or if you're a singer, this is the environment where you don't want to be in.
Yeah, that's right.
This is not a musical environment. It's actually the opposite of.
Well, actually, you can hear that it's not mixed for live music, because every bass saturates, and the plosives are actually really mellow.
That's why he's modulating so much and controlling volume so much.
Yeah.
Kind of, I guess it adds to the effect of like intimacy. It's so cozy, intimate, small, but it's so difficult to try and volume control in the manner where he's with everything, not just his voice, but the guitar.
The guitar,
too.
especially the guitar. I think he's in really great control of his vocal mannerisms and how he's the choices he's making here. They're very intelligent. He's not new to this environment, and you can tell.
Yep.
But in the guitar wise, it's really hard to modulate, like how much of bass is gonna saturate in the microphone.
No, you can. I just don't think he's aware. I don't think the mix he gets in his earphones the headphones are exactly the same we're hearing.
I think that could be a complete possibility. Yeah, you're correct.
Because he's definitely modulating the guitar as well.
Also, you can hear that the vocals are a little bit underneath the music. Fantastic, gosh. Woo, how great! See, his modulation, vocally speaking, is so refined.
Very difficult what he's doing, especially in this environment.
What a cool song! Modulation speaking wise, this is the type of singing that you teach kids to understand volume control. So you tell them you gotta be clear, you gotta be not breathy, and still maintain that low volume all about the modulation in the
you
speaking
tell them it's
voice.
like you're trying to sing, but you're not waking up your mommy or something.
Yeah, so imagine that your baby sister or brother is sleeping in the same room as you're practicing singing. How would you sing for them? Without wake up! So yeah, it's really fun. That's the type of like modulation that you would tell children, because in these environments you show them a video like this, they want to understand that what type of like work goes behind
thinks
it.
it's just singing. Well, actually, yeah, maybe they'll be able to recognize I'm singing quietly,
but they're not recognizing that the modulation is at work.
Yeah.
So to teach kids like a really obvious way of recognizing modulation is to put them in an extreme situation.
It's not a whisper.
It's not a whisper.
Way too breathy.
That's right.
That's why the word whis has some breath. Whisper.
Sure.
That's right. Science.
Another child.
That's right. Nothing here. Nothing.
Very little exertion of breath here. It's all modulation. And again, see how his larynx don't change that much?
Right.
And I think that comes from the classical Indian music training.
Ah.
And I just started to understand about it lately. I'm still
The mechanics are
still
a bit
baby.
different.
Yeah, I'm still very new to the whole idea, but I've been paying more attention to how Indian singers actually do certain things. If you hear the end of the modulation here, he kind of like changes the vibrato a little bit, but his larynx don't actually shift. Do you see? They don't shift unless he takes a breath. That's fantastic to me, fascinating. In men it's very prominent because you have the Adam's apple.
Adam's watermelon.
You see, all the modulation is from inside the muscles of the larynx. It's very delicate work. This is great. Gosh, this is great. Wow, nice. You can do so much with so little.
Medley.
Yeah, it is a mashup. This is like a lullaby. See, that specific movement there, you would often see it in the Western technique of singing, that the modulation, the shift in the sound itself will come from the shift in the larynx properly. So the whole of the body of the larynx, all of this would shift and change up and down in order to adjust to those sounds. In this particular case, it never even moved. And you see actually from the top of the head a slight adjustment to each sound, and that is actually shifting the positioning of the folds and the vocal inner folds inside of the larynx. So the work happens inside of the muscles and the top of the resonance in the soft palate being lifted, and the change of the head positioning actually changes the frequency of the sound itself. It's like a wave in the, because they're shifting the sound frequency not the larynx.
Mm.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Just to pay attention to that riff at the end. It's so crazy. You see, it's all head, nothing in here. Oh, it's brilliant. Oh, it's fascinating to me.
Everybody, come on.
Nice.
What a charming fella. A fuller fold. A grounder voice, not so much of a whisper.
More grounded.
Yeah.
ये जो अब हो रहा है कुछ अजब हो रहा है क्या ही प्यार का है एहसास सौ आसमानों को और दो जानों को छोड़ के आया तेरे पास.
And you see how much hard work this is. He's sweating.
Yeah, physically.
Because this modulation requires so much from the singer.
सौ आसमानों को और दो जानों को छोड़ के आया तेरे पास.
It's beautiful.
Lots of focus, lots of awareness, lots of bloody hell.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Gosh,
BBC
that was
radio.
absolutely fabulous. But you can see progressive from the progression of things from the stillness at the beginning, just trying to focus that energy into the modulation, the singing modulation, the work on the guitar, the arpeggios, all of this really requires a lot of physical effort from the singer. And then progressively towards the end, you're seeing a more open sound, a little bit more of a bigger sound. Also shows a little bit of fatigue from the singer. That's a sign of fatigue, that you can't hold back that much. Obviously, the number, the number
piece,
also is
the piece,
upbeat,
the
yes.
piece was bright. The piece was let's leave on a boom. He wasn't tired.
Of course, no, but I'm saying that could also be translated into a sign
Oh,
of fatigue.
sure, yeah. I mean, when you're modulating that much, just like doing a plank for 5 minutes.
Absolutely, that's exactly what it is. There's a lot of tension, but you can't let that tension translate into physical tension itself, because otherwise it takes away from the free-flowing melody that you're hearing.
Yeah.
He is a wizard. I love that.
Top notch.
Top notch indeed.
Top notch lad. Top notch lad would take to the pub
Anytime.
anytime. 10 times out of 10. Love to have a chat with him. Armaan Malik, everybody. That's very good. I'm very interested, like, why there's like a BBC radio thing in Mumbai. Is it because it's so popular?
I think so. I think that
Right?
there's
Because there's a big. They said like the studio is based on Mumbai.
yeah.
So I'd imagine maybe they have a really
Maybe
good
that's the
demographic.
only BBC radio headquarters in the whole of India. The one in Mumbai. I don't know.
What do
Or
they?
maybe they have many, and that's the one specific
The
in Mumbai.
BBC have different headquarters in all around the world.
Well, obviously.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Really?
obviously. Well, they have one in Wales.
Well, that's still Britain.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, I saw the one in
You
Wales.
see, sometimes I feel like, oh, there's nothing here, there's nothing, and then I sometimes you say some stuff, and it's like that one. There may be something in there, but it's definitely smaller.
Listen, I'm not saying I'm smart. I'm not saying I'm smart.
No, you are smart though. You're very smart.
Obviously
And I
not.
think a lot of people agree as well. You're smart in the things you're good at, obviously. When it comes to geography, ooh, run away, everybody, run away. But anyways, let us know what you thought about it, and I hope you're having a lovely holiday season.
Happy holidays.
Goodbye.